Hey. So, here we are. Another morning. I was sitting here and it took me like 15 minutes to wake up. Enough to push go live. Because I just did not want to wake up and press go live. Because I went to bed really, really late last night. Really, really late last night. As I was up and I was working on this course. This 10-day course that I'm going to be putting out today. So look for that. I'm putting out this course today. And it's called Stop Fucking Around. And it's all on the creation. Hey, good morning, Addison. Morning, Steve. It's all on the creation of creating that fuck yes life for yourself, and just how we really just fuck around and we just don't let ourselves have the life that we want. So I'm sitting here this morning and I'm watching my dog do her morning business in the grass. And that's really exciting, right? I'm sitting here and there's little mosquitoes bouncing around and all this different stuff, and I just having a tough time figuring out, like, what am I going to share with you guys this morning? And then I realized, hold on just a second, then I realized that my hair is caught in my necklace, and that's a pain. That's a real pain. Okay. And then I realized I haven't talked a whole lot about sex lately. And sex is always a great topic to talk about, right? I mean, like, who doesn't want to talk about sex? Well, actually, I'd rather be having sex than talking about sex. That would be better than anything. But since I'm not having sex right now in this moment, then I guess I can talk a little bit about having sex. And I was just thinking about it because I had this conversation yesterday. I had a whole bunch of people just randomly call me, and a whole bunch of people referred to me and all this different stuff. So I was doing a lot of callbacks yesterday. I was looking at different emails and voicemails that had come in, and I was following up with people. And a lot of the topic, I mean, like, one person thought that I did tantric sex for a living and that I was going to sleep with them and that they were going to have this absolutely magical freaking experience and that they could hire me to be their tantric sex worker. And I was like, oh, okay, well. Yeah, that's not what I do. Not what I do. Not at all. That's funny. Okay. Sorry, I won't share that little note. My text message just went off, and somebody that I do have sex with just told me that I was going to soon be having sex. So maybe I'll be his tantric sex worker. Yeah, how about that? That sounds good. That sounds fun. That sounds exciting. There's a note to the wise, right? Don't text your lover while she's doing Conscious Coffee Live, because she'll tell the world about it. The shit of dating me. Everything is live. Everything is out there and in public. But no, seriously. Well, that was serious. That was the truth. But so this guy, yeah, he thought that he could hire me to become his tantric sex worker, and that I would show him all these tantric sex things and you know, just do all the, I don't know what the hell he thought. I really don't. But it was very interesting. But then every single conversation I had yesterday was about tantric sex in one way or another. And I kept telling people, I was like, no, it's about, what I do is I teach people how to live in their orgasm, how to breathe in their orgasm, how to experience orgasm every single moment. Hey, good morning, Steve, Alexa, Michael, and somebody else was up there. I know that Addison was up there, but there was somebody else too that I saw pop in. Anyways, hello to everybody that I didn't see that went by as well, and hello to everybody that I don't see on there because I can't see everything on my phone. But so yeah, so I was trying to explain to every single person I was speaking to yesterday all these. Like, I swear I did like 3 consult calls, which they were just basically discovery calls that ended up being consult calls. I ended up spending like 30 minutes each time on the phone with different people, which is not like me, but the energy was just flowing in that direction. And everything kept coming back to orgasm and Corey. Good morning, Corey. Morning, Michael. So everything kept coming back to orgasm, back to the really truly, embracing the orgasm of life. So this morning I'm sitting here and I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? And I had all these sex thoughts going through my head. Maybe I had sexy dreams. Maybe I'm needing somebody to come over and take care of me. I don't know. No, that's not it. I'm actually really full of orgasm. I've had a lot of great sex, and that is the gist of it. It's like, that's where it came in. I was like, okay, what can I share this morning with everybody? And why not talk about why do we deny our orgasm? Why do we say no to good sex? Why do we say no to good orgasm? Why do we shut our shit down and just not let ourselves embrace the orgasm? Embrace the orgasm in our bedroom or wherever we're having sex, because I don't always have sex in my bedroom. Or why don't we embrace the orgasm of life? Just that excitement, that enthusiasm, the play, the connection, the joy, just the energy of it. And we just tend to hold oh, right there. My phone just said that I was disconnected. There's something inside of us that says to hold back, to not jump all the way in the pool and just swim around in that awesome, amazing, yummy, juicy orgasm. And instead, like, no, I don't want to reveal myself. No, it's not this, it's not that. I don't want to, really fully go there. I'm scared to open up. And I do this all the fucking time. And I just want to beat myself up because it's disgusting. Because what am I ultimately doing? When I hold myself back from that orgasm, who am I ultimately taking the bliss from? Who am I ultimately taking the joy, the pleasure, the connection from? Yes, I am stealing it from my partner, some, but we're each responsible for our own orgasm. Okay, and I'm going to say that one again. We're each responsible for our own orgasm. So you might say, oh, I gave her 5 orgasms, or you might say, I made him come. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. That is that other person's willingness to open up and just let that expression form right then. Okay, that is exactly what is happening. Is that person opening up and going, boom. So we don't make another person have an orgasm. We don't make another person come. Okay, what we do is we provide a certain space. We provide connection. Our presence plays a role in that significantly. Anytime I have a partner in my life that is not present, that is not really totally, you could say, into me, which means that they're off and they're just basically looking at the sex as though it is a release and it's not about the connection, then there's no real true penetration going on. They might be penetrating me physically, but they're not going to penetrate me emotionally, mentally, spiritually. There's nothing going on. It literally is just friction based. And when we're friction based, it's empty. It's dead. There's nothing to it. That's where no real orgasm ever happens. Okay? So it's about the presence level in your orgasm and in your sexing, in your connection, okay? That really helps your partner to open up and be able to go to that next level. So be fucking present with your partner and with yourself. And I see, Corey, you said, how do you overcome that? You overcome it right there. It is through that presence, and it's not through presence up in here. If you are with your partner and you're thinking about, oh, I need to be present, and oh, she looks really hot in that position, and I love the way her hair looks right now, and oh my God, I can see this happening, and that's really exciting to me. No, you guys. Or if you're the woman and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to be really, really present. I'm going to be present, like, oh, I can, like, oh, he's holding me like this and he's like that. Or maybe you're just present in what you're thinking or something. All right, that's a great place to start. But if you find yourself getting stuck in your head and you're thinking about things, then you're not really being present. You're actually running away from your orgasm. It's all about, if you find yourself thinking, you're running away from your orgasm. Plain and simple. Thoughts equal runaway. That's it. That's not presence in sex. Okay? Just like that's not presence in meditation. If you meditate, and you've heard me talk about meditation and moments of stillness and silence and like my morning gratitude prayers and doing 15, 22-minute meditations or just these conversations with God. It's not about over-analyzing, overthinking anything. It is about being present in the moment and really allowing yourself to penetrate and be penetrated by the energy which comes from here. It comes from here. And this is where you want to open up. This is where you want to receive the orgasm and support the orgasm for your partner. It is coming from that heart space, not from that mind space, and it sure the fuck isn't coming from the physical space of, ooh, this looks like that, or that looks like that, or this feels like that, or that feels like that. Yes, to tap into become more body aware, my recommendation, so that you can kind of overcome some of that stuff that holds you back, is to bring your presence into a sensation. Much like when you are meditating, we have all these thoughts that go through our head. And when you're meditating or you're learning how to meditate, one of the easiest things that you can do, and I tell people to do this all the time, is I'll say, go outside and focus in on a tree or something and just look at like one branch or a flower. Just look at a flower and just look at that flower. There's candle meditations too. You can watch the flame of a candle. Point is that you're focusing on one thing. So you're just focusing on the flicker of the candle. You're just focusing in on the petal of the flower. You're just focusing in on the bark of the tree. That's it. And your whole focus comes back to that point. So these thoughts come in and you just let them drift by like they're just the river drifting by. And then you bring your attention to that bark, that flower, that flicker, that spot, that rhythm in your body, that sensation, that feeling that you're having. You focus in on that. And every time you realize that you have drifted off and allowed yourself to run down this thought process, you come back to that feeling. And that is where sex becomes truly a spiritual act, because it is tapping into the meditation, the rhythm of life, the rhythm of your sexing, the rhythm of the connection. You can tap into your heartbeat, but it definitely is more pleasurable to just tap into a certain feeling that you're having. So maybe it's exactly where your cock is touching, the cervix, or maybe it's just that moment where they just kind of meet and they have like a little kiss, or maybe it is just this certain pressure that you're feeling and you just can tap into the rhythm of that pressure, or whatever turns you on, quite literally, is just tapping in to that particular space. That creates a meditation within your sex. That brings you back into your body, and it gets you out of here, right? Because we've started thinking, we're doing all these thoughts, all this different stuff, and now we're off and we're thinking about, oh, I've got this bill to pay, or why is he, she reacting like that? Do they really like me? What do I look like in this moment? And I hope that they're feeling good enough. That doesn't feel good to me. I can't feel anything. If you're saying I can't feel anything, it's because you're really fucking stuck in your head. That's exactly where it's at. You're only in your head. You're not in your body. And you might have some trauma stuck in your body. That's the other possibility. But even with trauma stuck in your body, you're going to feel something physical in sexting. So focus in on that something, no matter what it is. Okay? Even if it's just your heartbeat, go ahead and focus in on your heartbeat. I'm breaking out in hives again. Definitely, I'm like, all this stuff. I have all these little stresses, all these little worries in my life, and I like to say that I don't create mountains out of molehills, but obviously, according to my hands, according to Louise Hayes, I do. So I'm physically challenged over the last couple weeks. Either that or I'm allergic to something that is causing this, but there are a lot of little shit in my life that is causing me a lot of little stressors, and I think that I just need to stop stressing about it. Maybe I should go have sex. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have sex later today, and I'm going to stop stressing, and my hands are going to magically clear up. No, so what we do and I was serious about that. But what we need to do, and what we do is we completely deny ourselves of this orgasm. We deny ourselves of that beauty, of that connection, of all this yummy good stuff that is right there in the rapture of that orgasm, in that the connection that we have with our partner, or even with ourselves, because we can have sex with ourselves, right? We can masturbate, we can do these things, and we can get into that flow, that connection, but it really is just coming into that space of connection and that rhythm and that focus. And the more we can embody ourselves, the more connection we can have. And here's the thing, when we learn how to connect at that level, and we learn how to open up to our physical orgasm consistently and not deny ourselves that bliss, that joy, we are actually teaching ourselves. You see, that was the crow, definitely. That was like spirit right there going, yes, stop denying your orgasm. I don't know if you heard that crow or not. But what we do when we open up and we receive that orgasm, that physical pleasure, is that we are also opening up as though we are training ourselves to open up and receive the physical rapture, pleasure, bliss, abundance that is all around us. Because remember, what did I start this all with? I was talking about the orgasm of life, right? The orgasm of life, and how it actually, that's what I'm telling people all the time. Like, I teach people how to experience the orgasm of life, how to live that fuck yes life. Well, if you want to live that fuck yes life, isn't that fuck yes life part of it to actually, the crow is really having a lot to say about this. Isn't that also about having like amazing sex? Isn't it also about really opening up and having blissful joy come through you, where you can provide that to others and you are also receiving it in multiple ways? It's not just in your sex. The orgasm is everywhere, but imagine having that experience where you're just ignited and turned on, and there's just this yummy juiciness to life that it's not just like this dead that so often we experience. I mean, what was your yesterday like? Was it turned on? Was it excited? Was it joyous? Were you in the flow? Were you in the groove? Were you creating? Were you open? Were you receiving? You know, I made like $4,000 yesterday, and I ran around with my kids, and I worked on a new program, and I texted a little bit with my lover, and I did this and I did that. And yeah, I did not have sex yesterday. I didn't have sex yesterday. I did masturbate the night before, though. I woke up horny as hell, and I decided to, like, just bring myself some pleasure. I was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I decided to just bring myself some pleasure. So I did. You see, I just opened up to that orgasm, and I just went there. And I struggled a little bit. I think mainly because it was 3 o'clock in the morning. But I brought myself that pleasure, and it wasn't even that I was like in this deep climax or, you know, rapture or opening like I would have been if I had been with my lover. It was just that feeling of connection, of just feeling good, of, you know, like that stroke feels really good. That sensation feels really good. It wasn't even, I can tell you, I did not have a climax. There was no like, ooh, high point and drop off. And that's the other thing, is that we look at orgasm as though we're wanting this high point and this drop off. That's a climax. That's a peak. And that's why we drop. And that's why things become oversensitive. And if you think about it, we have a lot of climaxes in life, right? We have positive and negative climaxes in life, and they come up and we peak and then we drop, and then it's like our energy just drops out right underneath us, and we just go, oh, like that, and we're just like, whew. But true orgasm, whether we're talking about orgasm in the bedroom or we're talking about orgasm in life, are the same. It's this beautiful wave that just kind of consistently goes, and we just kind of like, it's like just sailing over this rocky waters, but it's such a smooth sail too, right? It's just kind of like smooth sailing, but we're enjoying like this incredible moment. talking about that brings me back to, I was on a ferry boat out, I was out in Laguna Beach last year, and I took a ferry over to Catalina Island, and there were probably like 50 dolphins, and these dolphins were right beside the ferry boat, and I was standing, and I actually got seasick for the very first time ever. I've been on lots and lots of ferry boats and lots of sailboats and everything, and I never get seasick, but the water was so rocky, and they were going pretty fast. The ferry boat was going really, really fast too. It was like a speed ferry boat, like boom, 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 boom. I swear, it was very interesting. Big ass ferry boat, and it was trying to pretend that it could go like 120 on the water or something. It was silly. But we were like literally like bouncing on the waves like this, and these dolphins were out there, and they were just like playfully chasing alongside the ferry boat, and it was so blissful and cool, even though I wanted to throw up. It was so blissful and so cool, and I was there with a lover, and it was just this deeply romantic, amazing, something so simple and yet so deeply connective and breathtaking, and just the beauty of the dolphins and that rhythm of the water. And even though that rhythm was kind of making me go, oh, because it was so far from Laguna Beach, out from wherever the heck was that, Dana Point or whatever, out to Catalina Island. It was quite a distance, so it was like almost too long. But initially, that rhythm and that fluidness and just that right there, that truly is orgasm. Because even with orgasm, sometimes there's this feeling of, it's too much. I can't go there. I can't open up anymore. I can't receive anymore. I can't let myself be revealed anymore. The same sensation. It kind of makes us go like that. So what do we do? Much like me on the ferry boat, I was holding myself, right? I'm holding myself, and I'm going, okay, oh, like I don't know. So I was outside on the ferry boat, and I'm holding on, like, if I'm going to heave, I'm going to heave into the water, right? Sorry, dolphins. And there's these moments that I've had in actual really deep sexing where I feel myself doing that same holding, and it's not like I'm going to throw up, but it is this feeling of almost fear, anxiety, that if I open anymore, there will be nothing left of me. I will just like explode into the universe, and there will be nothing left. And so I shut. I don't know if you've ever had that experience where your orgasm is so deep, so penetrative, so expansive that you feel like you're literally going to just dissolve into nothing if you open up anymore. And those are fucking amazing, amazing orgasms. Like, I wish every orgasm was like that, but it's like the stars have to align for that shit to happen. But when that does happen, the initial reaction is what we do in our life all the time. And it is how we shut our bliss out. It is how we shut our true light off. It is how we dim ourselves, how we really clamp down and make our life so much less than what it can be. And that's the whole point of it, right? It's like, we don't want our lives to be less. We don't want ourselves to experience less, but we're scared that there's going to be nothing left of us if we fully open up. We are scared that our expression is going to be too big, or we're scared that it's going to be too much. We're scared that we're going to basically, when in our explosion, in that expression, we're going to take out everything around us, and that our lover, that life, the people in our life, is just going to dissolve right with us because it was too much. And the truth is that what we have to actually do is open to that dissolving, open to that expansion. Because when we open up at that level, think of yourself like a chalice. And what you are is, you are a chalice that is empty. And you might feel like you're going to be emptied out in that moment, and that your chalice is going to break. But what is actually happening is your chalice is expanding so that it can receive even more. And that is that kind of orgasm that you're looking for, because orgasm is about receiving. Orgasm is about being filled up. Orgasm is about that deep penetration with your physical lover, but it's also that deep penetration from God, is truly being fucked open by God. You know, I wrote an article recently called Ode to My Greatest Lover, and a lot of people messaged me, and they were like, oh, who's this man that you have in your life? And, you know, like, it's like, they were going, oh, that's amazing. I'm glad that you're having that kind of sex, and blah, 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 blah. Another day I was out at my friend's house, and we were swimming, and my girlfriend, she looks at me and she says, you recently wrote something. I think you wrote it. I don't know if you wrote it. It was really amazing. And I'm like, well, what article? I was like, I write every single day. So what are you talking about? And she's like, I don't know. And she's describing it to me. She's telling, and she's kind of a little bit more shut down than what I am, for sure. She's definitely not going to like talk about sex and stuff the way I do, that openness. So she's trying to describe to me what it's about. And she's like, I think it was about God and da 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 da. And she's telling me about it, and I'm like, oh, that sounds like Ode to My Lover, my greatest lover. And she's like, yes. She's like, oh my gosh, that was amazing. So we're talking about it, and I said, yeah, I wrote it as though I was writing it about a lover, but at the end, I let out that my greatest lover is God, and that's the truth. My greatest lover is God. My greatest lover, my love affair with God is what the opening is about, is what the juiciness of life is about, is where orgasmic living is about. And if you want to have fucking amazing sex, then what you want to also do is be able to have a love affair with God. And that means that you start the love affair with yourself. You open up to your lover at that level. And the more you can open up to your physical lover at that level, the more you're going to be able to open up to receive the orgasm that God has to give you as well, and to really just get in that dance with God himself, and to really just allow yourself to be penetrated by spirit, allow yourself to be washed over by these things that we do not understand, you know, that we proclaim as God. But it is truly that fucking open from the universe that we're all craving, that we all need, that we all desire. And the reason why we desire that, the reason why we want to just be washed through and basically become nothing and everything all at the same time, is because that's what we're supposed to be. That's our true essence. That is where we go at our deepest core. That's also how we receive. In order for us to receive, we have to basically be busted open into orgasm, and we have to just really allow ourselves to be taken there. So, how's your sex? How's your sex? Because your physical sex, your sex with your partner or yourself, your masturbation. And here's the reality. Masturbation's fun, it's cool, it's awesome. Some of us have to do it more than others, right? Plenty of single people out there who are not getting sex with a partner consistently. So masturbation has to happen. Masturbation is a fantastic tool, but we're never able to take ourselves to the levels that we possibly can with a partner all by ourselves. And here's why. I'm going to try to get this done before the trash can gets here. The trash truck gets here. Probably not going to succeed. But when we're masturbating, we're operating in the masculine and the feminine. And when we're operating in the masculine and the feminine, it means that we're playing both roles. So we have to be the receiver and we have to be the giver at the same time. You know what? I'm going to take myself inside because the trash is really, really loud. So, come in my house with me. Hold on. Let me let my dog in. We're going in the house now. welcome to my house. Okay. Hold on. Okay, so you have to operate both in the masculine and the feminine when you are masturbating. And that just makes it where we can't receive quite as well, as we can't open up, because we are operating at this level of having to be in both roles at the same time. And when we're with a lover, we can just open. We can just penetrate and be penetrated. And remember, ladies or gentlemen who are getting penetrated, it really is that in that opening, that expression of yourself when you're being penetrated, that openness, that you are actually pulling your partner in even more. And that's how they get penetrated. That's how they go deeper. Okay. So as the person that is being penetrated, it is truly us who takes our partner in to a deeper level of orgasm, to a deeper level of expression, to a deeper level of bliss, of surrender. And when our partner is being extremely present with us, because that can't happen if you don't have a present partner. Quite literally, if they're caught up in the vision of this or the thought of that, and they're not really being present with you, then it's not going to happen. But that's not your shit. That's their shit. You can only do what you can do. Open up at that level. Then that's where we take it to that next level. And what happens when we're masturbating? I don't like this angle at all. Hold on. I'm propping pillows. Let me see. This is a good test drive for like a rainy day when I can't sit outside. Okay. Really, I'll get it all right here. I promise. Okay. So, goodness, I lost my train of thought. Okay. So when we're masturbating, we don't take ourselves all the way to that level. And that's the shit of masturbating. But even in masturbation, when we are touching ourselves, when we're experiencing, to access and to take ourselves as deep as we possibly can is definitely the goal. So the deeper you can go with yourself, the deeper you can go with your partner, the more open you can become, the more you just allow yourself to just and you just open up, right? That is exactly where you kind of touch God. It is in that. If you want to touch the big toe of God, as David Dita talks about, and I've totally stolen that from him now, so I think it's mine because I use it all the time. So sorry, David Dita, I'm stealing that quote. I'm going to just put Kendal Williams on it from here on out. No, I'm not. It's his. But it is about touching the big toe of God. And that is that, like, you just get, it's like you get taken to heaven in these little moments. And it's this, that's what rapture is, right? That's what rapture is. Rapture is getting a taste of heaven. Getting a taste of heaven in our sex. Getting a taste of heaven in our orgasm. Tasting heaven in our everyday life. Tasting it where we are just having this beautiful dance and connection with God. And that's just fucking amazing. And that's what we all need more of, and we need it consistently in our lives. And one of the biggest passageways to get that is through our sex. And it is, yes, the physical sex, yes, the perhaps the self-pleasuring, but also to look at every event in your life as though it is sex. And that's probably like a humongous key, because I do look at everything as though it is sex. It is this deep connection, this dance that is going on, you know, like, yes, I put a sexual spin on a lot of different things. I'm constantly flirting. I'm constantly, you know, like making sexual comments or acting in some sexual fashion. And that open expression of that is really me. It's not that I'm trying to have sex all the time. I would get tired of it if I was having it all the time. I mean, my hip flexors just would not be happy with me. But to have that sexual expression, that little piece right there in every single thing that I do, that is really truly that drawing in of that orgasmic life, right? So whether I am out doing something with my children, I'm out with a friend, I'm cooking dinner, I'm cleaning the freaking bathroom, I'm doing laundry, I'm writing an article, I'm taking a walk, or I'm actually making love, that piece is always there. There is always, and I don't know if you can see me, but I'm like, got my hand down here by my pussy, and I'm like spinning a circle right now, and that is that spinning of that energy. So there is like this, always this feeling right here at my GPS system, you could say. I am really highly led by here. What feels good, what doesn't feel good, what turns me on, what doesn't turn me on. If it's a yes, it's a yes. If it's a no, it's a no. I fall down all the time. I deny myself all the time, but then I come back to, oh, I was denying myself. Oh, that wasn't me following my true core alignment there. I wasn't in soul expression in that moment, because soul expression is fucking sexy. Soul expression is all about the orgasm, the rapture, the connection. So if you're turned on, then you're closer to soul expression than when you're not turned on. If you're not turned on, if you're not happy, if you're not feeling sexy, if you're not feeling this like just this like inside of you, like that throbbing, that horny, that turn on, that you know the feeling, like when you really wanting it, and your body's just going like that, and that warmth and that tingly, and your heart is doing that thing, and all this stuff. That's real, true, intense turn on. But we might also experience it from a flutter in our stomach, or goosebumps on our skin, or maybe we just can't, we just have like some sensual, sexy feeling inside of us that just makes us just like, I don't know, just the way, a garment touches us, or the way something tastes, or the way the sun is coming through the trees. It does not matter. Finding that orgasm in those little expressions of life and opening up to it and bringing that into your actual sexing and connecting in your sexing. Don't let yourself dip into your head. Stay in your body as much as possible. Remember the meditation stuff, right? Remember coming back to that focus point, back to that focus point, back to that focus point. So don't be afraid to, because you're going to dip into your head. You will. As soon as you notice that you did, come back to that focus point. Feel yourself. Feel your partner. Get in touch with that and allow yourself to open. Allow yourself to meet those expansive waters and just go swim in it. Go swim in it. Enjoy it. It's there for your enjoyment. It's there for your pleasure. That's why God created it. It's fucking amazing because it's supposed to be. Just like life is supposed to be. We deny ourselves orgasm every single day in so many different ways. Our suffering is per our choosing. That's what it is. We choose to suffer. Isn't that sick? That's sick. We literally choose to suffer. So make the choice today to stop suffering. Make the choice today to feel good. You're going to see that there's pinned on here, there is my Feel Good Now course, and also got posted the Ode to My Greatest Lover. Take the time to read Ode to My Greatest Lover. Take the time to go to the Fuck Yes Life free training that's on here. I thought it was the Feel Good. The Fuck Yes Life free training that's on here. Sorry. And that's my free course that's out right now, and it teaches some of the things that I do on a day-to-day basis to keep myself in that orgasmic state. And definitely later today, you're going to see an announcement going out for Stop Fucking Around. And it is a 10-day intensive that I am doing. It's one-on-one 10-day intensive that I am doing for everybody. I'm going to start it on the 18th of July. So it's not going to be, it's like, I'm not giving a whole lot of time to grab some people and do this workshop, but it is a live workshop here on on Facebook, and I'm going to run every single day is going to be a powerhouse of training, live videos. You're going to get one-on-one communication with me with that, a whole bunch of different things to really take you into the depth of your orgasm and just stop fucking around. Stop denying yourself. That's what it's all about, is that we deny ourselves so much. It's disgusting. And I work with people all the time. So this is a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be giving my VIP clients, the people that actually come and work with me one-on-one. And I'm going to take the time to from the 18th to the 28th of July to really hand down all of this stuff to you guys as well. So to make that accessible to my global community, my global tribe out there, and really bring that to you. But of course, it's on Facebook. So everything's going to get recorded. Everything's going to be a lifetime on my website and everything for you. So when you get that course, you'll have access to it. But I do strongly encourage you, if you want to experience the orgasm in life, if you really want to experience that fuck yes life, you've got to see what is holding you back. You've got to learn these certain steps to really take action and go do the things that you need so that you can actually be fucked wide open, because that's what it's about, right? We're all wanting to be fucked wide open by God, by the universe. We want to experience this rapture. We want to experience this bliss. We want fucking abundance every which way. Yet we deny ourselves, and we really would rather just sit around and suffer and then complain about how we're not getting it, right? It's I want to go on a date, I want to get laid, I want to have sex, but I don't want to ever leave my house. I'm not going to, okay, well, unless you order a whole lot of pizzas and there's some really cute pizza delivery guys and you're that crazy of a person to just be like, hey, pizza delivery boy, I have an extra tip for you. That's not going to happen. Okay. So, it could happen. I guess some people might do that. It's crazy, but yeah, unless you're that person, then it's probably not going to be, sorry. I'm getting text messages again. It's those booty calls. Yeah, he's going to learn a lesson here, because when he's probably watching right now, and just so you know, I'm going to tell everybody, I'm going to tell the world that you're horny as hell, and he can't wait for tonight. Yeah, there you go. No, I'm just being playful and goofing around. This is yeah. So, there you go. So, I'm getting laid tonight. Are you getting laid tonight? I get laid every single day by the universe. I am constantly in some form of orgasmic touching, rapture, opening. So why not open up and just enjoy your life and allow yourself to experience that? Be sure to check out that course when it comes out today. Is, like I said, the starting date is going to be July 18th on that. It's called Stop Fucking Around. So if for some reason you miss my live announcement here in just a little bit, after I get a couple little buttons fixed on my page for it and everything, if you miss that, you can easily just scroll through the stuff on my coaching page here and find it and everything. But you're going to see announcements coming out over the next couple of days on that. So definitely grab a hold of it. It is literally probably about $7,000 worth of content that I'm putting into this. So it's nothing to play around with at all. It's just going to be a massive amount of content, of energy, of connection. You're going to get the one-on-one exposure with me. You're going to get group exposure. You're going to get a whole bunch of live trainings and a whole bunch of downloads and a shitload of stuff. This is life-changing stuff that was going to really be focused on bringing you that orgasmic life, bringing you that fuck yes life, and teaching you how you can actually access and open up to it day by day, moment by moment, and really just start living and stop existing, right? Now, yes, I flip that. Normally I say stop existing and start living. But there you have it. It really is. It's about living, not suffering, not just going, yeah, what did you do today? Oh, well, it's Monday. Oh, well, it's Tuesday. Yay for Friday. Are you sick and tired of just going, woo, it's Wednesday, it's hump day, halfway through the week, only a couple days till Friday? Are you sick and tired of living for the weekends, living for holidays, wanting to request time off, where, all right, yeah, I got it, I'm going to put in for a week off, and then going to some resort in the Bahamas and standing in the water and drinking a beer next to your floaty and going, yay, this is exciting. this is living, that ain't fucking living. That's getting drunk standing in the water. That's all you're doing. You're getting a sunburn standing in the water, getting drunk. That's not living. That's not orgasm. That's not living a fuck yes life. So you're in the Bahamas, whatever. It doesn't much matter. And it doesn't matter where we live in this world. I guarantee you people who live in the Bahamas don't give a shit that they're living in the Bahamas after a while. It's just another place. You want orgasm. You want the fuck yes. You don't want the suffering. That's an internal gig. That all comes from inside. That all comes from you opening up to that rapture with God, to that orgasm with God. So learn those skills. Start saying yes to yourself. And as always, stop existing and start living. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. And my friend's little button there is on top of my finish button. So, okay, I'll catch you guys tomorrow around 6 a.m. Look for that. Look for my new Facebook online workshop coming out later today. Love you guys. Bye.